What is going on, crypto community? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Fareed, and in today's video, I want to highlight a brand new bit of development when it comes to Cardano smart contracts. I also want to talk to you guys about the top trading pairs that we've seen within the last 24 hours, some new information about CNFTcon, which is a Cardano community-based event, as well as Genius Yield, Flac Finance, and Liqwid Finance. Now, before we jump into that, if it's your first time stopping by, I aim to provide you guys in the Cardano community with the latest news, tutorials, and reviews when it comes to the top projects within Cardano. And so if these types of update videos interest you, please make sure to tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, then make sure to leave those down in the comment section below. Jumping straight into the first bit of news, which is probably the most important as a part of this video. This is going to be around the Python programming language. Now, this is basically going to be highlighting the fact that there's now a new type of smart contract introduced into Cardano that was built with Python. So as it states here, the team of Cardano ADA developers that go by Imperator Lang on Twitter shared a sample smart contract for Cardano written in Epson, a novel Pythonic programming language. Now, I actually took a Python programming class as a part of my introduction into computer science back in my college days, and I think that generally speaking, Python is widely accepted as a beginner or introductory language into computer science. So the fact that we're now able to see that Cardano is now basically going to be integrating and having smart contracts written in Python, I think is going to be great for new developers looking to get into the space that don't necessarily want to learn about Haskell, which is a little bit more tech heavy and a little bit more syntax heavy as well. Now, as the actual tweet here from Imperator Lang reads, the first Cardano smart contract written in Epson/Python has now been compiled and deployed on the pre-prod testnet with a link to their official Twitter, as well as the link to the transaction on Cardano Scan. Now, this was written on January 10th of 2023, so that was 2 days ago. Moving along, developers added that integration of PyCardano, a lightweight Cardano library written in Python, is going to be the next step in their roadmap. So they're looking to even take this a step further and make this even simpler, right? By essentially partnering or taking advantage of PyCardano, which is a lightweight library running on top of Python. Per their first estimation, the new instrument makes Cardano ADA smart contracts more resource efficient. So this is really good for everybody within the ecosystem, right? Not only being able to get more access to developers, but also making sure that the smart contracts are actually more efficient. The contracts I tested, and this is a quote here, are cheaper, faster than pure Plutus code by about a factor of 10. But the sample code is really tiny and does not tell us much about the power of the compiler. So as they begin to write out much bigger scripts, we'll get a much better feel and idea as to what the compiler can actually do. But from the looks of it, it does look like this is a much bigger improvement in terms of efficiency for smart contracts for Cardano. Now, why is this crucial for Cardano development? As explained by creators of this novelty, Epson allows developers to compile a 100% valid Python 3 code into Cardano ADA's smart contract assembly. This significantly lowers the barrier to entry for new generation of developers into the Cardano ecosystem. And that was my main point earlier. I think that within the Cardano community right now, we have a lot of developers basically asking, when are we going to make things a little bit more simple? When are we going to get mass adoption? And I think that this is literally step number one into that particular phase for Cardano. Now, many newbie developers choose Python as their first programming language as it is intuitive and easy to learn. As such, all of them can join a segment of Cardano-based apps without any extra skills. So this kind of reiterates my initial point again with the adoption of Python, since it's just so simple and easy to pick up by new developers coming into the Web3 or the crypto space. Now, jumping over into Imperator Lang's Twitter, and I'll go ahead and leave the link to this down in the description below. There's additional information as to why Epson, right, should be used for smart development contracts on Cardano. As I mentioned before, it's a simple Pythonic programming language for smart contracts. Having said that, let me just zoom in just a little bit for you guys so you guys can read here. Epson compiles 100% valid Python 3 code into Cardano smart contracts assembly. This means that you can now leverage the whole Python stack, syntax highlighting, linting, debugging, unit property-based testing, and even verification with tools like Nagini. On top of that, Python is a programming language that is easy and intuitive to use, and many developers have programmed with it before, and it takes less than 10 minutes to get started with Epson. So shout out to Imperator Lang and their team for essentially bringing this to the forefront for the rest of the community to benefit from. I'm super excited to hear about this, and definitely let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. The next thing I want to talk about is going to be the top trading pairs on Cardano, right? Specifically on the MinSwap DEX within the last 24 hours. Now, this was posted by Cardano Daily, which if you guys are not already following, I recommend that you do so. They post a ton of really good content for Cardano. Now, as a part of the last 24 hours, we've seen the ADA/AGIX or Singularity Net token have a lot of attention. Now, this is probably due to the fact that there's been a ton of hype around AI tech, right? And Singularity Net is essentially going to be a decentralized AI network. Next, they have Meld. Now, Meld has also been actually getting a lot of criticism over the last few days, but they do have their testnet coming up. And so again, I'll be keeping you guys posted as soon as that's released. As a part of the registration for the testnet, we did see over 4,000 different wallets, or not 4,000 different wallets, but over 4,000 different users register for their testnet. And they'll be picking 500 of those users and actually emailing them over the course of this next coming week. And we should be actually seeing the testnet kick off this Monday, which should be January 16th on the pre-prod testnet. Right behind Meld, we have ADA Society with over 600K in terms of ADA trading volume, followed by the World Mobile Token, which has just recently released the Earth Node NFT collection, as well as LQ, which we're actually going to be talking about here a little bit more in just a minute, as well as Kopi, IUSD, the Indie token, and the Clay Nation token. So a lot of reputable tokens here listed over the last 24 hours. And again, if you guys have any questions or if you guys want more of this information, then make sure to go check out Cardano Daily. The next thing I want to mention is going to be CNFTcon. Hopefully you guys were able to attend last year. I definitely was. This took place in Vegas. It was a really awesome experience. I enjoyed it. I was there supporting the Meld team. I got to meet a ton of different communities. Got to meet Rob, Josh, Ant, Jeff, as well as Matt from the Cornucopias team. And again, just a really good networking opportunity. Tons of free swag and a lot of video content for myself as a content creator. Now, having said that, the 2023 CNFTcon early bird tickets are now available for sale. So we can see here that this will be taking place, I want to say, let's see, I saw the date here earlier. So it looks like it'll be taking place in late September with a preview night, which will be taking place on September 29th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. They'll have a kickoff party just like they did last year. And then I believe the event access will be taking place from September 30th through October 1st. So those are the dates that the event will be taking place. Now, last year, there were two different types of tickets. There were a general admission ticket, which anybody could essentially purchase, which was about $20. And then there was a VIP pass, which was $60. So the price for this year have changed, which is unfortunate, but I will say that we are getting a little bit more for the premium package as well as the diamond package in terms of benefits. So as a part of that, let's just quickly review this. So if you get the regular weekend pass, it's now $40 instead of $20. And this will just get you a nice little wristband as well as access to the event, again, which is taking place on September 30th through October 1st. Right behind that, we have the premium package, which will get you access to the preview night. You'll also get a premium swag bag. And then on top of that, you'll get a packaged t-shirt, an exclusive NFT, and an enamel pin. Now, when it comes to the diamond package, you'll get everything else from the two other tiers before that. You'll also get access to a VIP lounge, right, on Saturday and Sunday, which includes a catered lunch. And so this is actually going to be very similar to what we saw at Rare Bloom, in which they also had a VIP lounge with catered lunch. You also get an exclusive diamond package hoodie. You'll get the same swag bag. You'll also get the same lanyard and badge, a nice additional t-shirt, an exclusive NFT, as well as your enamel pin. Now, these particular prices that you guys see here right now are all the early bird pricing. So if you guys want to get access to this, I believe it'll end at the end of February. I'm actually going to go ahead and probably pick up the premium package here. But once this early bird special ends, the premium package will actually bump up and it'll be worth 160 bucks, and the diamond package will bump up and be worth $1,000. Moving over into the next update that I have for you guys, this is going to be around the Genius Yield protocol. So if you guys don't know about Genius Yield, they're going to be an order book style DEX building on Cardano. And what we just had was the recent release of their ISPO tokens, as well as the release of their staking dApp on the Cardano mainnet. Now, having said that, we can see that the team is happy to report that they now have over 3.5 million of the GENS tokens currently staking. That is over 30% of the existing circulating supply of this particular native token. This is really huge here, and I think this really just kind of goes to show how bullish the entire community is around the Genius Yield protocol. Additionally, we have over 1.4 million vested GENS tokens being staked by delegators using their ISPO NFTs. So not only can you earn between 6 to 10% when you're actually staking natively using their staking dApp, if you also have one of their NFTs, you can actually use that to boost the yield, right, that you're earning as well on their platform. So jump over to jpeg.store, make sure to check them out. They've got a ton of NFTs listed on the market. And if you have some additional GENS tokens sitting around, this is a really good opportunity to essentially lock them up to earn additional GENS tokens using either the 6-month, 9-month, or the 12-month lockup period. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is going to be Liqwid. And so I've got a ton of requests here as a part of my last Cardano scoop update, requesting to do an update on the Liqwid protocol. Now, Liqwid is going to be a lending and borrowing platform very similar to Meld, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you guys can keep up with me in this article here. But I'm just going to read a few different paragraphs and just kind of summarize at the very end. Happy New Year, Aqua Farmers. We are excited to open up 2023 with Liqwid's mainnet launch. We've been deep in the final round of smart contract testing and app interface improvements since our initial testnet launch in November. So if you guys want to play around on their testnet, you can do so now. I'll go ahead and leave the link to their testnet down in the description below. I have not actually been playing around with it too much, but again, if you guys are interested in that, you can definitely make sure to do so. Now, when it comes to the actual smart contracts, pre-launch for developers, right, have prioritized Liqwid contract testing using Plutip, which is a Cardano tool Plutus dApp developers use to spin up disposable testnets and run their contracts with the focus on integration testing and contract debugging. So it looks like they're actually getting ready for their mainnet launch. Now, they have not actually listed a date to the public just yet, but it does look like they are undergoing contract testing as well as debugging. So this is really good because they at least have the contracts built out and they're now able to essentially begin the refining process. Now, developers are helping, right, to complete the final contract testing for their liquidations, income outputs, repay, and modify loan features. All other Liqwid contracts, right, i.e. supply, borrow, redeem, and staking, as well as registration, delegation, batching actions, and distributions, right, as well as their market bootstraps, have also completed Plutip testing. So they've already got a ton of these already completed in terms of testing, and it seems like they're essentially getting the last 20 to 30% of their smart contracts debugged and reviewed. Scrolling down into the infrastructure section, an open source liquidation bot is being developed to enable anyone to run a liquidation bot and earn a discount on the collateral of defaulted borrowers by repaying their underwater loan positions in part or in full. So if you guys are looking to essentially earn while using the Liqwid protocol, but by not actually directly lending out your tokens or your assets, you could essentially run one of these liquidation bots, and anytime somebody else who is borrowing on the platform gets to a liquidation point, you could essentially pay off their loan and essentially get a nice little bonus. Now, when it comes to how the liquidation bot is going to work, it states here, the liquidation bot is currently implemented for a single loan. So this means that initially or out of the gate, you're not going to be able to liquidate more than one loan at a time. But as it reads here, following that, it does look like they will have that additional ability in the future. So it states, this means we have a basic API call that you can use right now to liquidate defaulted loans. And it also has a strategy that would be useful for writing the future completed liquidation bot. So again, if you guys are looking to earn some additional income while also supporting the Liqwid protocol, you could essentially run one of their liquidation bots. Now, when it comes to updates for the liquid batching system, or LBS for short, complete test coverage for the LBS contracts have been completed ahead of the mainnet launch. All batching related issues have been resolved, and the developers are now working through one off-chain batching adjacent issue with the repay action. Now, the batching system is typically used to essentially pick up and verify or process transactions occurring on the actual platform. So this is going to be a key part that they definitely need to make sure that they have working as expected before their launch on the mainnet. And it seems like for the most part, they've got everything working with this one minor issue that they mentioned at the end of that highlighted section that I've got there for you guys. In closing, when it comes to the Liqwid V1 code audits, because we all know that in this space, security is key. The audit is currently in the code review phase, with the Liqwid core developer lead proactively responding to auditor requests and patching fixes to issues in a timely manner. The completion of the code review phase is one of the final work streams before the protocol is ready for mainnet deployment. We look forward to sharing an official launch date with our community closer to the completion of the audit. So I think that's the best piece of news right there that we've got from this particular article. As I mentioned before, they're undergoing debugging right now of their smart contracts, making sure that everything is up and running. They've got their liquidation bot essentially completed. They've also got their LBS system ready to go, and they're now undergoing security audits. So the Liqwid protocol, I think, is making a lot of progress right now. Again, they don't necessarily have an exact date laid out for the community, but as soon as they do, I'll make sure to keep you guys posted. Now we're getting close to the very end of this update for today, and the last project I want to talk about is going to be Flac Finance. And just like Liqwid, as a part of my last video, I did get some community members reaching out to provide an update about this project. So if you guys have any other projects that you guys want to see me cover as a part of these quick updates, then definitely make sure to leave a comment down below. And if you're enjoying this video so far, then please make sure to tap that like button. It really does help to get this content out to other members within the crypto community. As their latest article reads, today we're announcing the official Flac token public sale. There's been a lot of exciting developments this past month with the Flac Finance ecosystem. Flac Finance just completed its first version of the test program last week, along with the testing of their Android and iOS mobile apps. The test app was tested by many testers and has received excellent feedback thus far. Now, on January 10th, Flac Finance concluded its ISPO as well, in which we saw more than 600 total delegators participating, earning over 7 million of the Flac tokens combined. The Flac token serves as a utility token for the Flac Finance platform, which provides users with discounted fees and loans. Flac tokens also allow participation and governance on the Flac platform in the near future. Now, if you guys are interested in participating as a part of this particular public sale, definitely make sure to do your own research, right? Again, that's one of the things that I always make sure to mention on this channel, but there's going to be 4 steps that you have to take. Now, the actual sale will begin on January 16th of 2023 at 4:30 p.m. UTC. Having said that, you will have to go ahead and register on their portal. You will have to complete KYC. You'll then have to connect your wallet, and then you'll be able to purchase the Flac tokens with a minimum token purchase amount of 350 of the Flac tokens. The token sale will be ending on January 30th at 4:30. And again, here, I'm not sure if it's PM or AM. I would assume PM, but I could be wrong there, but at 4:30 UTC. Tokens purchased during the token sale will be airdropped within 24 hours of the public sale ending in their distribution phase. In closing of this article, they do have a few different countries that are restricted from purchasing the Flac token as a part of this particular sale. Now, don't worry, if you are in one of these countries listed here, you will still be able to pick up the Flac token once it's available on secondary marketplaces, i.e. MinSwap, SundaySwap, or Wingriders. That is going to bring us to a close for today's Cardano Scoop update. Again, I know that I was kind of moving quickly there, but I hope that you guys were able to find some of this information to be helpful. As a part of this update, we discussed the Python smart contracts. We also talked about the trading pairs within the last 24 hours, CNFTcon and their updated ticket pricing, Genius Yield, Flac Finance, and Liqwid Finance. If you guys found any of this information to be helpful or insightful, please make sure to tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for myself or about any of the projects I talked about today, then make sure to leave a comment down below. I will see you guys in the next video.